A tornado warning observed on the ground. Dangerous situation for southern Marion County to the south of Columbia here. This is State Highway 35, Highway 43, Spring Cottage, Sandy Hook, Pickwick. Please seek shelter immediately. This is a dangerous situation. This will be the third highest crest ever on record for the Pearl River in the city of Jackson. Multiple roads downtown will be completely impassable. The muggy and sticky categories here on the Sweatcast. That means dew points in the upper 60s. Lots of moisture to work with, so it's going to feel muggy outside, and that moisture is also going to trigger those pop-up thunderstorms. So clouds to start, but even by noon, pop-up thunderstorms showing up here on future radar. We're going to be on the right front quadrant. That means the rain bands, the strongest winds coming on shore, bringing us up to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, high rainfall totals, and the chance for some severe weather. Speaking of rainfall, here's how much we could get through Tuesday morning. There's the likely track of Cristobal, and up to 7 inches of rainfall possible on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We're still thinking probably 4 to 5 inches of rain in the Pine Belt back towards Macomb. It's still too far out to know the exact track and impacts. Storm Team 12 will be monitoring for the potential for this to go in the Gulf, but it also has a long way to get there, so we'll keep you updated. Up to 125-mile-per-hour rotating winds here near Society Hill crossing 13. Highway 35, Highway 42 in northern Marion, southern Jefferson Davis County. Please seek shelter. A significant damaging tornado is 10 minutes away from your location. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, though, upper 80s with some spots hitting 90 degrees for the first time this year.
It's gonna be hot, right?
Yeah, like temperatures today, record heat, 97 degrees going to be the high. But in here, what we're in the 60s, we got ice out here, so it's going to be a nice break. A high of 91 with dew point in the mid 70s. Lots of humidity from this tropical air mass going to make it feel like the triple digits. Feels like temperatures this afternoon, 104 degrees here in Jackson. There's the tropical air on the Sweatcast, all this pink. This is a very large limb. The tree may have even fallen down on these two cars, so a Chevy Tahoe and then a smaller sedan. So this is the damage here east of Clinton. We're going to see if there's any more in the community, and we'll have live reports coming up in the next newscast. Tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail all going to be possible across central Mississippi. So when you go to bed Wednesday night, you need to be weather alert and have a way to get warnings that will wake you up, whether that's a weather radio, leaving your phone ringer on. Getting those emergency alerts is going to be critical. We have 2 tornadoes possible in South Mississippi. This one is on the ground right now, and we're just going to stay here for a moment. Again, if you know someone who lives in southern Lawrence County, southern Jefferson Davis, northern Marion County, you need to call them right now. We have a significant damaging tornado that has been on the ground for 5 minutes or more. Tornado. So if you are downstream, if you're listening in Bassfield, Collins, Seminary, north of Sumrall, south of Prentice, north of Columbia, this is a violent tornado on the ground. You need to seek shelter in southern Lawrence, southern Jefferson Davis, Covington, northern Marion County. Then we are giving you a big heads up here. This is going to do major damage. Flash flooding, though, again, our main concern, a high threat for that. High risk for 40+ mile-per-hour sustained winds. Spin up tornadoes and coastal storm surge also going to be a threat. Storm surge warnings in effect for South Mississippi along the coastline. We're already seeing water overtake roads near Bay St. Louis. 3 to 5 feet of coastal surge as the water is pushed onshore from these southeasterly winds. Here in central Mississippi, all of us under this level 4 moderate severe weather risk. And the big factor here, folks, is that this is going to be a multiple round event. Damaging winds is going to be the primary threat. Look at that kind of a Boeing echo there. That's where we see damaging significant winds across central Mississippi. Notice that's around midnight. By 2, 3 a.m. early tomorrow morning, we'll see widespread damaging winds, some spin-up tornadoes along with some hail as those storms move through. And then by sunrise tomorrow, we're going to be winding down with 1 or 2 more lingering thunderstorms, which could be hail producers. By the time all this is said and done, will be clearing out, but still a medium threat for tornadoes, hail, and flooding overnight. Not everyone gets rain tomorrow. The places who do, though, will be very lucky. The rainfall and clouds is going to keep us a little bit cooler, so your Thursday high temperatures in the low to middle 90s. Included in this tropical storm warning, sustained winds over 40 miles per hour expected to begin over the next couple of hours. Rainfall, though, is going to be our primary threat. We have a flash flood watch in effect, and we're expecting 2 to 4 inches of rainfall here in the metro area. Areas to the north, 1 to 3, but to the south, where heavy rain bands set up, we could get 5 to 7 inches of rain rainfall. During the day yesterday, we had lots of sunshine, and that collected some heat near the surface. At night, that heat tries to escape. So if there's clouds, that can act as a blanket and keep the heat at the surface. So all this past week when we've had overnight cloud cover, that's how we stayed warmer. But then yesterday morning, we did have a little bit of wind, and that helps to keep some of that warm air at the surface by mixing it down, keeping our temperatures mild yesterday morning. But this morning, we don't have clouds or wind, and so all of that heat has escaped overnight. And this morning, certainly a cold start. Our temperatures below freezing in most spots. I wanted to show you where all this cold air is coming from. You can probably believe it. It's actually coming from near the North Pole. Today we have Gulf moisture out of the south. That's bringing up the instability and moisture for those pop-up afternoon storms. Tomorrow, though, we watch the potential for a subtropical storm Arthur to develop. And what that's going to do is wrap in some dry air from the north for most of the state. And that's going to keep Saturday with lower rain chances. But then rain chances increase once again here on Sunday as a low pressure system and cold front move on through. That's going to really kind of wrap things up by Monday, drying us out for next week. But our rain chances are trending upward here in central Mississippi. Yesterday, we saw just under an inch of rainfall here in Jackson. Most spots along and north of I-20 saw the heavier rainfall. Not as much rain in South Mississippi yesterday. And our temperatures fell throughout the day on your Tuesday. Yesterday, our high was 70 degrees. That was around 1 a.m. Fell to 48 degrees for the afternoon. This morning, we're in the upper 40s north of the city. 48 in Durant, Rolling Fork, but to the south, warmer. That's where the warm front has already passed over. 61 in Tylertown, 59 for Hattiesburg and Macomb. And here's Macomb right now. Check out that view, looking pretty soupy. 61 degrees currently there in Pike County. A southeast wind now coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, bringing up that warm, moist air, and that's causing low visibilities. Now dense fog in Natchez, Macomb this morning, so you want to be sure to use your low beams and add a little extra time to your morning drive. Otherwise, most spots going to be dry as our showers lift north. Here's the past 3 hours on Live IMAX 12. A pause in the rain chances this morning, but this afternoon storms return. I'll show you the severe weather threat coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, that's good news because we do have more severe weather expected for today. And flash flooding continues to be a threat. Our flash flood watch for areas along I-20 and to the north continues through tomorrow morning. And that's in the dark green. These brighter green strips, though, that's the river flooding, as all the rainfall we've gotten over the past month really is now funneling into those river basins. We've had a wet stretch here in February already, multiple inches. Monday was our really wet day where we had flooding north of the city, and all of that rain is now moving into the reservoir. So far, since January 1st, we've had over 17 inches of rain here in Jackson, and that means this is the wettest start to any year on record, and those go back into the 1800s. So we got another wet day on forecast for today. Low pressure system sitting back in Texas. A warm front now in Mississippi sliding to the north. That's bringing warm, moist air out of the Gulf of Mexico. And then this cold front's going to slide in later tonight. That's going to trigger those thunderstorms, some of which could become severe. So this morning, a lot of spots going to still be dry. We have a few showers moving north just to the ahead of the warm front up in Holmes and Itala County, so west Chula over towards Kosciuszko, seeing a few downpours. The rest of us a bit foggy this morning, but a lot of dry spots. We'll see some stray showers return by midday here lunchtime hour. Temperatures warming to the 70s thanks to the warm front. 74 degrees our high this afternoon, and a weather alert day for those severe thunderstorms that'll move in by later on this evening. So our future radar here at noon not showing too much activity. By 3 p.m. though, we start to see those first storms in the Delta along the Mississippi River, and they arrive in the metro by 6 p.m. So dinner time, and notice some of these more discreet. That will be where we see our damaging wind threat and maybe a spin-up tornado also possible. That turn into a line of damaging winds along I-59 for Laurel and Hattiesburg and the Pine Belt by midnight, and then our severe threat pushes into Alabama overnight. So a level 2 slight severe weather risk continues this afternoon and evening. Damaging winds and a spin-up tornado are main impacts. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. the main timing, and this includes most folks for today. I have lowered our tornado risk, though. That's the good news, from medium down to low. Our damaging wind and flood threat remains, though, at medium. Our tornado threat has lessened just a little bit because our spin is not quite as favorable. We have winds coming out of the southwest at the surface. We have plenty of warm temperatures in the front to lift those storms, but our storm fuel, thanks to some warmer mid-level temperatures, is actually rather low compared to last week, so lower instability, but plenty of moist Gulf air that's going to be coming up ahead of the storms tonight, and that's going to trigger lots of flooding, 1 to 2 inches, and that'll continue our flash flood threat overnight. So a Storm Team 12 weather alert day, flash flooding, damaging winds, and even a brief spin-up tornado possible. But tomorrow we clear those showers out by the morning time. The afternoon sunshine returns, and Friday, Valentine's Day, abundant sunshine.
Oh, an abundance of love.